It's the Woolista here. And as always, I'm coming to you off the cuff, not rehearsed. And today, let's see what I've got for you. I'm kind of in an angle here because I'm going to be doing a little bit of carding for you late at the end of the video. That way, in case you don't want to watch me card wool, you can go ahead and go on to your next video that you'd like to watch. So, what have I finished? Let's see. I finished, why do I look crooked? Here, let's move this a little. I think that's better. Okay. I finished the Indigo Frost. And I love it. Absolutely love it. This is done. And I lightly steam blocked it. So this is a big, huge collar, a neck that's on it. And when you put it on, it is so comfortable. There's no, no restrictions on your arms. This is not, I made it mine so that it's big enough, but it's not choking me at all. And it does come right down to the top of my pants. I took it into our local, one of our local yarn stores around the table yesterday in Shaker Heights, Ohio. And I think like 4 more people are going to make it. I know a couple people bought the pattern and are going to start making it. I mean, it's just lovely. My girlfriend's making her just finished her second one actually, and I have another girlfriend who is going to start her second one in different colors because it's just that nice of a poncho. So that was the Indigo Frost by Elizabeth Kramer, and all of the pictures are in my Ravelry page. I am the Woolista in Ravelry, so you can catch all of my projects there. Pictures, notes. If you have any questions whatsoever, just message me in Ravelry and I will answer you and do the best I can to find out whatever you need. Next, I finished, it's a Tin Can Knits. It's a baby gift for my girlfriend who's having a grandbaby. It's the Tin Can Knits little hat, and then I added a pom-pom to it. And I also made little booties. This is the second set that I made. I'm kind of far away back today because I'm in this corner and going to be carding later. So this is done. This is my second set, and I think that might be my go-to set. The booties were a YouTube tutorial because I couldn't find a pattern that I really kind of liked. So that was simple and would match this hat really well. And this just matched it perfectly. You make it all in one piece and just seam it up, and I just like the added pom-pom touch. So while I was around the table yesterday, I went ahead and bought, that was made out of the sheep's stone washed in the blue. So I went ahead and bought the sheep's stone washed, I think it's not stone washed, soft run in pink. And I'm gonna make that set in pink with white pom-poms for, to make head gifts for anybody who's gonna have a girl. Because it's like, all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I need a baby gift and I don't have nothing made, and then, you work and time takes you away from whatever you want to do. Happens to the best of us. So I'm trying to get a couple things made ahead of time because then I'm ready, with my handmade gifts. Let's see. Last time I don't think I showed you, well, we'll start with these. These are little charity mittens that I made. I'll be giving them away to charity. I'm going to try, I didn't care for this pattern. Well, a lot of charity items we make out of the Red Hearts and the Walmart brand yarns, because they can only wear them for so long if they're homeless and such, and then they end up burning their clothes or whatever, and they need new items. So this was made out of the Red Heart, but it was made out of a bigger hook, which is one reason why I don't think I like it, because the stitches are so big. But the pattern itself was really cute. I don't have that on me. I'll have to put that in my Ravelry. One of the ladies from Crochet gave it to me. But I do like adding the flower just to kind of dress it up a little bit. So that's going to charity. I have pictures of my scarves and all that other stuff for charity items I've made on Ravelry. But usually by the time I'm done making it, I just take a picture for Ravelry and I just add it to the pile that's going to get donated, and it doesn't make it to my videos, but those made it this week. What else do we have? So we had the local, or the Yarn Discovery Tour here in September, and I was going to go to all 19 shops. I signed up. I made it to one. Life has been too busy for me this summer, and it happens. So I only made it to one. I made it out to Yarn Works in Niles, Ohio, and I bought this. It's by Jade. It's a local dyer. And Jade, just another yarn dyer. That's kind of cute, actually. And it's red, white, and black grayish gradients. It's called Embers and Ashes. It's a merino nylon. And I saw a picture or a example of this knitted up in that colorway in the shop, and I was like, yes, I like that. So you'll just have to imagine this cowl knitted up in those colors. That's one of my soon-to-be next projects. I'll just add it to the list, put it that way, and see when it happens. But I do like that. I bought the last skein that she had, so apparently other people liked it also. And that was all that I got from the Yarn Discovery Tour this year. One shop. But oh well, there's more years to come. This, I don't know if it was ready. The last, well, let's not move on to that yet. I'll show you this instead. This is a current work in progress. I started these socks off this sock blank for my oldest daughter for quite a while ago now. They are Game of Thrones fans. A dragon is not a slave. And the sock blank is a double one. So you can make 2 socks at one time, which I am doing. And I believe I'm going to have to text her later and see if she can measure her foot. I believe that I'm ready to start the heel. This is a really cute sock measuring tool that I got at some store we went to. This is like the adult sizes, kid sizes, and baby sizes. And then what you do is you simply put your sock on it, because what you will have done is pre-measured the person that you're making the sock for's foot, so you'll know when to start the heel. So you'll start the heel like right under the ankle bone. And then it's just a cute tool to slip it on there to see where you're at in order to make the heel. So I believe I'm ready to make the heel, and I think I'm going to do the Fish Lips Kiss heel. I printed it out the other day, and I'm going to give it a try. It does have a note on there on the pattern to put a piece of, oh, why can't I think of the word? A lifeline in. So take a piece of waste yarn when you're ready to do your heel and thread it through your knitted stitches so that in case you make a mistake and have to rip it back, you won't rip into what you've already worked on. So I think I'm going to take their advice and put that lifeline in there because I haven't done that heel yet. I am not a sock knitter. I've made one pair so far. They're on my Ravelry. I love them. They are so comfortable. I made them for me. They were from a skein that I got at SSK when we went to Tennessee for the knit retreat. And this pair is for my oldest. I will probably make a pair for my youngest daughter. And maybe a couple other pair, but it's just not a fast knit for me. It's such small needles. It's either you really love knitting socks or you don't. I don't love knitting socks. I can do it, I will do it. But you're pretty special if you get a pair of knitted socks from me. Put it that way. So that's where that is at. Oh, and I heard, I'm going to do a little shout out here, that my niece Maggie has been watching my videos. So, hi Maggie, I just want to shout out to you, say hi. Make sure you text me, message me, whenever you watch and you heard me. Hopefully one day I can show you how to knit, how to spin wool. It's fun, it's relaxing. You might really enjoy it. Something that has been done for thousands of years, and it seems like it's a dying art. I don't know why, because it really keeps your mind going, and you need to keep your mind going if you're going to live a long time. So whatever your passion is, to keep your mind going, do it. Whether it's reading, exercising, I'm not sure how exercising keeps your mind going, keeps your body going, but you need something to actually think and have to solve and figure stuff out to keep your mind going, like crossword puzzles. That's been linked to longevity, knitting, crocheting, other types of crafts, I believe have been. I don't know the whole list, but there you go. Knitting's definitely made the list. Another work in project I have going is my Halloween cowl. My Tina's Twisted Fibers. I need to skein these up. It's her Halloween set. And she is on Etsy. So I've done the green. And I've now attached the gray. So this is coming along pretty cute. It all stockinette, except for there's a couple little spots that have a little bit of a stitch difference there. So just a little bit of pattern in the stockinette. Not much, just something little, like 8 stitches I think it is. And it's in my Halloween bag from Bella Cardan. I'll put a link to it in my show notes. And look, it's got a fly on it and a spider. And those spiders creep me out. Like, when I see a spider, literally I physically get ill. It's not right, but that's what happens. Oh, let's see. I don't know if this was ready last time I shot a video. This is for my Shave 'em to Save 'em. And I spun 4 ounces of Jacob wool into 234 yards. And this is a 2-ply. And there's better pictures on my Ravelry, of course. And probably more notes. But this was my second completed Shave 'em to Save 'em project. And then I'm going to start my third. And my third's going to be some Florida Cracker. It's another threatened breed. And I got that from an Etsy shop, Spin Me a Yarn. And I'm just going to do a little bit of spinning here today. or not spinning today, carding. You can tell I don't rehearse these. I just talk off the cuff. So I did hand card a few of these because I'm in a Facebook group for Shave 'Em to Save 'Em. And I was like, hey, has anybody worked with Florida Cracker before? And should I card it or should I comb it with wool combs? Because I'm not a master yet. I say yet because there is a master spinning program you can take. I don't know if it'll ever be one of my particular goals. I just like doing this as a hobby. Maybe if I ever turned it into a business, which I don't see ever happening, I would then take a master class and, you know, have that under my belt in order for it to be a business. If I had a farm or something of that nature. But personally, I don't feel that that is going to be one of my goals to take a master spinning class. But that is really cool that it's out there and that there are people still teaching this art and wanting to further themselves in it. I think it's great. So I had got 4 ounces of Florida Cracker from Spin Me a Yarn and got my passport sticker because we're supposed to get a sticker with every purchase, and then we put them in a passport book. Just a little book, looks like a passport, like if you were going to travel. And I have my 4 ounces of Florida Cracker here. And I'm just going to start doing a little carding. Pretty much, these are the roll eggs I've already hand carded. But with this much, I have a carding machine, so I didn't feel the need to sit there and hand card it all. But I do kind of want them all to go, all these to go in the same way. Like you could literally just draft this and spin it from here. But there is still a couple little pieces in here. Pretty much it's clean. But there are still like a few pieces of vegetable matter, hay, stuff like that in there that I need to pick out. And putting it through the carder will also clean it out just a touch more and make it more like I want to work with it. Okay, so I'm going to move the camera and show you a little more how I card. I think you can get that in there. It's kind of weird because I'm moving the camera where I think it should go, but actually, you know, it's backwards. So, here is my drum carder. It's got the big drum, the little drum, and a brush right here. I got this one from Brother, and it actually has 2 other drums that you can change this out on, and it has different types of teeth to card different types of wool. Right now I have the medium on there. What you do is you take your wool, move my little spinning basket out of the way so it doesn't get dirty, and you just pull it apart a little bit. Don't get your fingers too close because you don't want bloody knuckles or bloody fingers. Put it in there. It's the first time I've ever used this little table to card on, so we'll see how I like it. It seems like it's about the same size, so it might work, I'm thinking. And then this is a manual one, so you just crank it like this, and it pulls it underneath here and then in through both of the drums. And it does another process of cleaning. Everything kind of falls down here, and you just go like this every once in a while or blow it out. And this, you just keep adding some wool to it. Eventually it's going to build up a layer of wool here, and it'll all be brushed down with this brush. so that you can just put it's a pick, or some people use screwdrivers, whatever you got on hand. And there's a bar in here that you run it across and you start pulling it back. I have done other videos, drum carding, if you want to look those up. I don't know what number it is off the top of my head, but I believe it was in my Thin Sheep series that I showed the drum carder before. Just pull it. You can also use a drum carder if you have different colored roving that you'd like to mix it together. This is a good way of doing it. And any like little pieces that you don't like, you just pluck out. Kind of smooth it out. Get it going. Well, maybe this table's not going to work. I might have to get like a little, a brace maybe, so that it doesn't fall off of here. That might be what I need to do. Because it does move. I have a clamp for it, but I don't know if using the clamp is going to work for me. I like to be able to move it where I want it. Let's see, that one's coming off the side, so I'm going to put it back down in there. It takes quite a bit before it fills up the drum. I'm just going to keep doing a little carding here. And if you like my show, The Woolista, go ahead and hit the like button. All of them are different. I'm going to be doing a tutorial series teaching how to crochet and teaching how to knit further on. Maybe over the winter I'll start that. Right now there's a lot to do because it's still nice outside, and you know, still housework and yard work and stuff like that to do. I don't do a lot of the yard work. My husband does most of that. But my greenhouse is ready, so I'm going to start putting some plants in there for the winter. We had to pipe some we put a heater out there, and then we had to pipe, get the circulation going so that it would stay the same temperature constant. And we have one of those weather stations out there. I've been watching and monitoring it from inside, and it's staying consistent. I talked to some greenhouse people up the street, and they said for Northeast Ohio, you really need to have, for normal plants, not tropical, you need to keep your greenhouse